His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu mu lugendo lwe yagendako abadde mu Washington DC olunaku olwaleero ng'asisinkanyeemu abaagala enkyukakyuka mu mawanga ag'enjawulo abayayanira okulaba nga Africa eyingira mu demokulaasi. Bano balwana okulaba nti bakomya obwannakyemalira naddala mu mawanga aga Africa, naye kino kikyagaanye kubanga ensi ezimu mulimu abakulembeze nga bo balowooza nti ensi ze bakulembera baazigula dda bazifuula properties zaabwe. Kyagulanyi Ssentamu mu kwogera kwe bw'abadde asisinkanya abantu bano alaze biki byayagala bikyusibwe mu mawanga aga Africa, era n'agamba nti ye talwanirira Uganda yokka wabula alwanirira kukyusa Africa olw'ensonga y'okubeera nti abantu bangi bali mu Africa ng'oggyeko Uganda we tusinga okukaaba ne mwami Museveni, naye Africa abantu bangi babonaabona olw'abakulembeze abalemedde ku bukulembeze kyokka nga tebatuusa mpeereza nnungi ku bannansi be bakulembera. Kyagulanyi Ssentamu agamba nti buli muntu kiba kituufu n'ozannya paati yo, ekyo kiba kitundutundu ekiyambako okununula eggwanga ly'oba olimu. Ekyamusikiriza nno okuyingira ebyobufuzi, agamba nti yali muyimbi ow'erinnya era ng'ensimbi zaazifuna bulungi nnyo mu music, wabula we kituukidde olwaleero nga takyakkirizibwa music wekkuba ku leediyo wadde TV y'e Uganda. Erinnya Kyagulanyi Ssentamu okuliwulirako mu Uganda bawulirira ddala nga bawulira ekyesittaza mu matu g'abakulembera gavumenti olwaleero abaliko, naye agamba nti yebyo tebimuyigula ttama, wabula ekyamusikiriza okuyingira ebyobufuzi bwe lunaku yali agenze ku sheemu n'amala okuyimba bulungi nnyo nga yalowooza akikubye n'afuluma ebweru ayingira esikaleddi atambule. Waavaayo omusajja yalina emmundu n'agimuteekako n'amuyisaamu empinga amugamba lwaki weefuula ow'akabi, osuubidde eno Uganda teriiko bannyiniyo? Bwe yawulira ekintu ekyo ne yeebuuza nti olaba waakirinze omusajja ow'erinnya omuyimbi amanyikiddwa ensi, lwaki bampisa bwe bati? Uganda eriko bannyiniyo, Uganda baagisuubulawa? Ekyo kyamukwatako nnyo n'awulira obusungu ku mutima naye nga tasobola kuddiza muntu oli olw'ensonga y'okuba nti yalina emmundu. N'agamba nti naye ekyo kyamuwaliriza n'agamba bwe mbanga nze mpisiddwa bwe nti olwo omuntu wa wansi eri atamanyiddwa nsi nga tewali amutegeera. N'agamba kati kannyingira ebyobufuzi nsobole okulwanirira bannayuganda ababonaabona abatulugunyizibwa. Bw'atyo yasobola okusitula eddoboozi lye. Kyova olaba nti n'okutuuka olunaku olwaleero afuuse ow'amaanyi oluvannyuma lw'okumanya nti waakiri ayagala kukyusa Uganda eveemu embeera y'okuba nti eriko bannyiniyo, Uganda efuuke ey'abannayuganda bonna. Ng'oggyeko ekyokununula Uganda, kyavudde asalawo nti ayagala n'Afirika yonna ebeere mu demokulaasi. Kyova olaba nti ensonga zino aziddukira mu bazungu, kubanga ensi z'abazungu z'olwedde zirina demokulaasi zisinga ku Uganda n'amawanga ga Afirika agasinga obungi. Nti bwe twekubira endulu mu ago amawanga agalina demokulaasi, waakiri tusobola okugalaga ekifaananyi ekibi kye tuyitamu eno mu Afirika, ne basobola okutuyamba nabo ne baanukula ne bagamba ku bakulembeze baffe nti abaaye eggwanga nga mulikamudde nnyo, waakiri nti bo basobola okubawuliriza kubanga bye babawa obuyambi, nti singa babagamba ne bagaana okuwulira ebyo ebibagambibwa amawanga g'abazungu ne babasalako obuyambi, kiba kigenda kumalawo enkola y'obwannakyemalira, kubanga nakyemalira bw'omala omumma ssente ate aba anaakulembeza ki eggwanga ly'abanyigiriza. Bw'atyo agamba nti okuva lwe yeeyama okuyingira omulimu guno tasobola kuguvaako nga taguggusizza, kubanga ekyo kirooto kye ekyokulaba ng'akyusa obukulembeze bw'eggwanga Uganda budde mu mikono gy'abantu, ate n'okulaba ng'ensi za Afirika ez'enjawulo zifuna obwenkanya, bannansi ne basobola okwetayizanga mu mawanga gaabwe. Bw'owulira ebigambo bya His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, alabika nti ayagala afaananeko Nelson Mandela eyali omununuzi wa South Africa, kubanga South Africa yali emaze okunnyikiramu abazungu nga bagiwambye. Mandela n'agamba nti ye ateekwa okugirwanirira okugiggya mu mikono gy'abazungu edde mu mikono gy'abannansi. Olwawo yabonyaabonyezebwa n'asibwa emyaka gye baamusiba, naye era yakkakkana ekirooto kye kituukiridde nga South Africa ezze mu mikono gy'abannansi. Kati ne His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu bw'owulira emboozi ye tekikulema kulowoozesa nti waakiri ayagala kutambulira mu bigere bya Nelson Mandela, weewaawo naye ayise mu kusoomozebwa okw'enjawulo, naye agamba tatidde, amala kuggusa menshoni ye awo awummule ng'amanyi nti Uganda agirese mu mikono emituufu.
To see that those facts are put together and are spread as far wide as possible. Now, brother asked me about the music. What advice do I give to an artist who wants to make it but not on the basis of Western capitalism or the bling-bling of that? I'll first say music is super effective. I'm standing here not because I'm the most educated or I'm the most knowledgeable. As a matter of fact, I come from that generation that was mentally sterile for a very long time. We didn't care about what happened in our society. Personally, and I'll tell you a very quick story. In my early 20s, I was like any other excited artist. I grew up with my mother, my father, my family lost all their wealth when MUSEVENI is coming to power. So when I was growing up, my mother warned me and all my siblings to keep out of politics because that was the reason why we ended up in the ghetto in the first place. So I worked so hard, became a super famous artist. I drove the first Cadillac Escalade in town with 24-inch spinning wheels, and I was accomplished until this one fateful day when I was walking in waves and moving out of a nightclub when a young man my age walked up to me because all the girls had their eyes on me, and he felt like I was stealing the show from him. So he walked up to me and slapped me. Before I turned to fight back, he pulled a gun and put it on my face, slapped me some more. I said, "Yo, why are you showing off? Don't you know this country has owners?" That's when I realized that, my fame and fortune did help when I was still oppressed. And using my fame and the effectiveness of my music, I changed and became edutainment instead of entertainment. I started addressing the issues that many people had been facing, but I was, covered from, or so I thought. So I realized the importance of my music, and since then, my music even got deeper in the hearts of the people because I was singing about their predicament, I was singing about their situation. Music is very important. No wonder my music is now banned in Uganda. My name is banned in Uganda. My music cannot play on TV or on radio, and if you're caught playing my music, you risk your life. But guess what? My music is still the most popular music in Uganda. So music is powerful. Now, to answer your question, what's my advice to an artist that wants to rise up but from the depth of his soul? I'll say, stay real. Keep real and keep true. Because when you sing the truth, actually that's when you get the real fans. Those that identify with you, they might come slow, but every fan that you get will be an ardent fan forever. You will grow with those people. I've been able to grow with those fans. We breathe the same air even before we meet because we are looking at something bigger than ourselves. This music is just an element that brings us together. So, sticking to what's right, speaking the truth and representing the truth and the reality, in my view and in my experience as an artist, is unbeatable. I don't know if that was the question, but I thought this I understood it it's as if you were asking whether we have sought any redress from any court. Was that the question? Yes, in Uganda, General MUSEVENI is a god, for lack of a better word. He has the parliament in his pocket. He has the courts of law in his pocket. He is the law, and the law is him. His son will make a pronouncement, no matter how illegal it is, and it will be taken by the courts and by all people. So we don't expect any justice in Uganda. However, we went ahead and we petitioned the International Criminal Court. We put a case against General MUSEVENI in the International Criminal Court, and this follows the massacre that happened on the 18th and 19th of November 2020, where more than 150 of our supporters, including men, women, and children, even old people, that were gunned down by the military. On camera, it was covered by BBC, by CNN, by Al Jazeera. We took him to the International Criminal Court. we hope that the International Criminal Court will do the right thing, but we just want to make sure that we tick every legal box across the globe. So we took General MUSEVENI to the International Criminal Court. We also hope to bring another case in the East African Court of Justice. But we also know that, you know, we are dealing with an extremely empowered and, you know, a regime that has been in power for 37 years. We only do the right thing, and we hope these institutions will also do the right thing. That is how far we can go internationally. Locally, we are galvanizing our people to resist, to continue resisting, even under tough conditions. My brother asked, what does pan-Africanism mean to me or to us? Pan-Africanism, as far as I know, is the rooting for or the desire to uplift African people or people of African descent all over the world. So to us, our forefathers, the likes of Kwame Nkrumah, the likes of Nyerere, and many other forefathers and mothers that came before us. And that's what we know, what is supposed to be done. Unfortunately, there's a different version of pan-Africanism by the African leaders, majority of them. In fact, it's not only a redefinition of pan-Africanism, it's also a redefinition of these continental and regional blocks, the East African Community, the African Union, and all that. I'm afraid to note painfully that the East African Community and the African Union have been reduced to presidents' clubs to look out for each other against their people, but not for the African people. You'll notice that it's the African people that suffer most in Africa. It is harder for an African man, for a black man like me, to cross from one African country to another, and it's much easier for a white man. It is more dangerous for an African man like myself to live in an African country called South Africa because of the xenophobia, where we Africans are seen as intruders, but you know, Europeans are saluted and have to break up a road out for them. It is more painful for a black Ugandan man to do business in Uganda than a Chinese or Indian man or woman. That's the kind of pan-Africanism that our leaders are showing us. I mean, recently when we had the COVID pandemic and we had our black brothers and sisters in countries like China segregated and blocked from housing. I dealt with some African brothers here in the US, and we were able to charter a plane to fly them back, but no African government would allow us to land, including Uganda. You know, so that's the kind of pan-Africanism that we are having. We are being mortgaged. You know, what is African to the leaders of Africa? Majority of the leaders is the resources, not the people. So, according to me, I believe that pan-Africanism should be the upliftment of the African people, not African leaders. It should be about the people. And not only pan-Africanism, but even the regional and continental blocks, they should be about the people, bringing the people together and looking out for the people, the populations, and not the leaders. Unfortunately, it is the leaders and not the people. We, the people, are seen as... Let me reserve that. We were also asked by my sister, how do we get the congressmen and women to watch this film? I don't know. know we're trying as much as possible. This morning I flew from LA to here because there was an opportunity to speak to these proud personalities, and we make every effort to ensure that anybody, not only the congressmen and women, but you, the voters, we make sure that you see this, because if you see this film, maybe you'll make an effort to see that another person sees it, and you'll have reason when something happens in Uganda or in any other country in Africa to raise your voice. And I must say that Uganda is just a case study, ladies and gentlemen. Do not reduce this only to Uganda. We are only a case study. And because maybe I'm a popular artist and there's that aura of cameras that come to me, but just recently in Zimbabwe, there was an election. And what happened in Uganda exactly happened in Zimbabwe. Unfortunately, they don't have the opportunity that I have. We have our brothers in Eritrea. We have our brothers in many other parts of Africa. The same pain that we go through. So I hope what I'm saying here is not only representative of the people in Uganda alone, but all marginalized people in Africa and all the black world all over the world, and also other marginalized places like in South America and many other places. I hope my words represent them, because it would be very selfish for me to limit this flight to only Uganda. Our people are suffering all over the world. And finally, the same sister asked, how do we get the US government to listen? Well, the US government will listen to you if you pressure it. Some Jamaican singer said, if you don't stand up, nobody's going to see you. If you don't yell, nobody's going to hear you. So speak up, and speak up some more. When they don't listen, don't stop. Even when they listen, don't stop.